Hello, this is Richard Martinez, Superintendent of Schools. Welcome to our graduating class of 2021. You have successfully made it through not only 12 years of schooling, but a global pandemic. You have shown dedication in adopting new ways to approach learning and proven your commitment in advancing on to greater things. You've already proven that you can take on the hard work and creativity to become a success in whatever you choose. Make that commitment to be the very best at whatever that may be. I thank you for giving our teachers and staff the opportunity to have known you and helped you along your way. We hope you will remember us as we will fondly remember you. Thank you.
Please be seated. Welcome, member of the Board of Education, the Honorable Adrian Conager Macklin, Director Fernando Meza, and Director of Secondary Education Monica Principi, Pomona High School faculty and staff, honored family and friends, and our graduates of the class of 2021. My name is Elizabeth Harper, and I'm the very proud principal of this exceptional group of graduates. Before we begin this evening, we have a few reminders, just because we're here and we have to follow some very specific codes to gather together. Please keep your masks on. It is warm, but please continue to wear your masks. Please stay with your household. Everyone is seated with each household 6 feet away from each other. Please remain that way. Thank you. We ask you not to use any noisemakers or anything that will make it too hard to hear the ceremony. And lastly, at the end, when the graduates have left, we ask all the families to remain seated. We do have to dismiss you by sections. So look for the staff member in your section who will give you the directions. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our salutatorian of the class of 2021, Miss Caitlin Leseca.
Welcome teachers, staff, administrators, families, and of course the graduating class of 2021. Today is truly a day that we have all looked forward to for a very long time. It marks a new beginning, but also the ending of a chapter that we have long endured for a while. Unfortunately, our traditional high school experience was cut far too short. We had to adapt to learning from home and seeing our friends through screens. But at least we all got what we originally wished for, not having to go to school. We went from class to now link to link. And never in my life did I ever expect to miss going to school. What was supposed to be an additional 2 weeks of spring break turned into a year-long experience of isolation and distance. We had to quickly get used to the new normal, having to unmute, type in the chat, and occasionally say that your Wi-Fi was down. But high school wasn't always like this. I still vividly remember my freshman year of walking through our school gates and feeling so nervous, but also excited to see what high school was like. And throughout my years of being in high school, I met many wonderful people, learned incredible things, and made several mistakes. And flash forward 4 years from then, and here we are today. Our senior year was truly different. For many of us, we struggled and cried, but also we were resilient and strong. And no other past graduating class has ever gone through the same exact predicaments that we have, which is what makes us special. I would like to thank my amazing family, supportive teachers, and incredible school community for making my final moments of high school worth it. Well, class of 2021, we did it. I am proud of all of us and look forward to seeing all the amazing things we do in the future. Even though high school is over, the life ahead of us isn't. Life moves on and it doesn't stop, so make sure to grab and make most of all the opportunities that come your way. I know I will. For my last and final word, congratulations.
It is my great pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for the Pomona High School class of 2021, Miss Annika Cardenas.
Good evening. I want to start off by thanking the Pomona Unified School District, Pomona High School staff and faculty, parents, families, students, and most importantly, I want to thank God, because if it weren't for Him, then I would not have the rest of you to thank. I would like to share 3 of the main lessons that I have learned these past years. 1, grades and labels aren't everything. I wish someone would have told me sooner that a B does not mean bad and that an F actually means you have a fantastic social life. Now, I'm not encouraging you to fail on purpose, but what I am saying is that it's okay to not be perfect. Remember that when you are saying yes to something, you are saying no to another thing. So make sure to prioritize and reprioritize as many times as you need to in this life. If no one has told you, well, I am telling you now. You are more than a GPA, more than a label, and more than a reputation. 2, don't let others' impossibilities and inabilities become yours as well. I remember my first semester freshman year, I was told that I ranked in 13th place. What a lucky number, am I right? I was told that I was never going to make it to the top. I was so bummed out, but I am thankful that I do not believe in luck. I believe in blessings that can only come from the Lord God Almighty that I serve. I believe because I may have been told that I was not good enough, but God told me that He was enough. He taught me that nothing is impossible for Him, just depend on Him. So I did, and here I am. 3, don't be stuck with the what if. Don't give up too early. If you want to go to UC Miami to become a rock star in the rain or to learn French, then find a way to do it. P.S. You might struggle a little bit because that school doesn't actually exist. Life is just beginning. We have a clean slate. We get to choose what we do and who we become, so explore, have fun, be you. Here's a reminder. We have come so far. We are survivors of monthly lockdowns, pre-pandemic of course, to weekly false fire alarms, pre-pandemic of course, and we survived school in the middle of pandemic. Life will continue to be a roller coaster, but remember that you have a purpose, a mission, and a calling to fulfill. It's your choice whether to follow through or not. One last thing. We did it. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
I would now like to introduce our ASB President of 2021, Ms. Talon Cobb.
Okay, period. Good evening, everyone. Pomona High class of 2021 students, big congratulations on your graduation. In an unprecedented school year, yet alone this year in general, you've all managed to defy the odds and finish your high school career. Maybe you didn't finish strong, maybe you did, but the one thing each and every one of you did is that no matter what, you gave what you had to give, and that's what matters most. This was all of ours first pandemic, so it matters not how productive you were, it matters how strong you managed to be physically and mentally in this very challenging year. So, it's hard to be vulnerable, friends. Those moments where you've extended grace and grace wasn't extended back to you in this very hard year, just know that they do not go unnoticed. And by graduating today, you all are an embodiment of the fact that there is 100% a way to survive the unsurvivable and do the impossible. So, graduating during an entire pandemic, how amazing are you all? So amazing. So, I share this last thing with you all. The prize for success must be paid in advance. I want each and every single one of you to know that you are already successful individuals, but you must own it. You must. To Pomona High School class of 2021, it has been nothing but an absolute pleasure being you all's ASB president. And to the senior cabinet, you all have been amazing over there, the best. We made it, we did it. And to my family, over there, all the way in the corner, I appreciate and love you all. To the admin, thank you for going above and beyond. Thank you for your patience and devotion to us all in this very challenging school year. And thank you, congratulations again, and good evening.
There are few moments in our lives when we truly see history in the making, and this graduation is one of those moments. Graduates of the class of 2021 have persisted and earned their diplomas during a global crisis unlike anything any of us have ever experienced. Family and friends, teachers and counselors, staff members and administration, district leadership, the journey this year was a community journey, even though much of it took place in pandemic isolation. We are so honored and blessed to be able to celebrate the graduation of the PHS class of 2021 in person. Graduates, let's acknowledge your parents and family members who are here today with you with a big round of applause. Their love and support for you have brought us to this milestone. Next, I want to say thank you to all of the Pomona High School teachers, counselors, and staff members who have journeyed with this outstanding group of men and women through the challenges of a pandemic year and distance learning to help you reach this goal. Please join me in thanking them. Class of 2021, you embody the hopes and dreams of this whole community gathered here to celebrate you. This community of people who have raised you, encouraged you, educated you, comforted you, and stood by your side. We are committed to continuing this journey with you as your community, even after graduation. Whatever lies ahead, you know you can meet those challenges because you have already met challenges unexpected. Take this passion and persistence that brought you to this graduation milestone, and you will achieve your goals. Go forth in faith, hope, and love. Congratulations again, Pomona High School class of 2021. According to the laws of the state of California and the regulations as established by the Pomona Unified School District Board of Education, I hereby certify that the Pomona High School class of 2021 has met all requirements, and I present this class to you as candidates for graduation. I would like to introduce Director Fernando Meza.
You know, when I was walking in this afternoon, someone reminded me that this school, this graduating class, is the best school, the best graduating class of the whole district. Can I get an agreement now? Okay. So, as Assistant to Superintendent of Pomona Unified School District, and on behalf of the faculty and your principal, I accept and verify that the class of 2021 has met all requirements, and it gives me great pleasure to present this class to you, Ms. Conager Macklin, member of the Board of Education, as candidates for graduation. Ms. Conager Macklin.
It's been a long year, but it's been a year where I've been so proud of Pomona High. And this will be over 10 years that I've stood here to accept the class for Pomona High. Why? Because I fight for you, because I love you, because you are worth everything that we can give you. I know there's a pre-recorded speech, something that we all did because of the pandemic, but I refuse to let the pandemic dictate how we behave, respond, and love each other. in this very special moment. I am so appreciative that your parents, your families are here to welcome you into this new era in your lives. Pomona High, you rock it. You always have, and you always will. And on behalf of the Board of Education of the Pomona Unified School District, I accept the class of 2021. I acknowledge that each of you has met the requirements and standards for receiving a high school diploma, as set forth by the State Board of Education and the Pomona Unified School District Board of Education. Congratulations, class of 2021.
I would now like to introduce our counselors and Mr. Molina. So our senior counselor, Ms. Vasquez Brooks, and Mr. Molina will read the recipient names. And it gives me great pleasure to say, we will now commence the awarding of diplomas.
Caitlin Leiseca. Anika Cardenas. Taylin Cobb. Frankie Rojas. Saraí Gonzalez. Emily Robledo. Obdulia Guadalupe Morales. Evelyn Ramirez Dominguez. Marlene Soto Serna. Kian Wynn. Armando Acapo Wabo. Diego Sevilla. Christian Salazar Peña. Mercedes Vega. Juliana Magallón Ramos. Rafael Corral. Gilbert Fernandez. Eddie Wynn. Saúl Fernández Núñez. Jason Quintanilla.
Lisbeth Moreno. Emily Arenas Vázquez. Amiat Smith. Diamond Acosta. Alan Guzman. Jamie Cabrera. Melissa Holguín. Benjamin Jimenez. Dana Ruelas García. Marisol Banuelos. George Arenas. Danny Juárez. Brad Carr. Jared Mendoza. Arali Estrada. Celeste Garcia. Paulo Cabrera. Juan de Anda. Sergio Solis.
María Arce Rebollar. Joseph Vargas. Lydia Hernández Cortés. Joshua Hermosillo. Ruben Jaimes. Celina Villalobos. Andrea Rivera. Wendy Villalobos Garcia. Jasmine Ventura Grijalva. Dante Benitez. Anthony Cerda. Nanette Mendez. Saraí Martínez. Sergio Urquizo. Daniel Perez Sánchez. Richard González. Alana Zaragoza García. Melanie Uceta. Jesús Valadez. Daisy Vega García.
Angel Martinez. Andrea Andujo. Anthony Berruecos. Anthony Solis Mendoza. Sabrina Macias. Cecilia Jauregui. Isaac Fernandez. Estefania Medina. Alexis Robles. Osvaldo Cabello. Kenya Hernandez. Marlene Alvarez. Carolyn Huynh. Emily Perez. Oscar Gutierrez. Jasmine Sanchez Amezcua. Kiara Mendez. Jose Lindsay. Gabriela Espinosa Vega. Daisy Silva Rubalcaba.
Nefi Orellana. Marco Antonio Rocha. Jonathan Barajas. Carla De Leon. Joshua Bagley. America Castro. Maya Cruz. Monica Parrish. Cindy Cartagena. Daisy Amador Martinez. Haiti Ortiz. Dominique Wright. Kate Guzman. Carlos Lopez Vega. Jose Mesa, Isaiah Johnson, Fabian Cerda, Samantha Isabela Mendoza, Natalie Reyes, Oscar Chaires, Brandon Avila, Aprina Rojas,
Ruben Leal, Soraya Lopez, Kimberly Anguiano Muñoz, Ashley Valdez Sandoval, Joshua Battle, Alejandro Meléndez, José del Real, Sanaya Thomas, Devin Howard, Sanaya Lockhart, Yanni Ovando, George Lopez, Lorena Manzo, Brian Pacheco, Jonathan Rubio, Scarlett Urtiaga, Samantha Ayet,
Melvin Lechuga Cruz, Andrew Gonzalez, Daniel de la Vega, Denzel de la Vega, Catherine Rodriguez Padilla, Thomas Moreno Dominguez, Michaela Gutierrez, Jaslyn Sandoval, Faith Ann Oviedo, Stacy Talley, Oscar Rodella, Darla Mavi Alanis, Destiny Howard, Carlos Magaña, Roberto Hernández, Micaela Olivas, Juan Barajas, Keishan Ulloa, Isabel Mercado, Yvette Patino, Brianna Esparza,
Daniel Gonzalez, Stephanie Gonzalez, Leslie Godos Hernández, Sumara Sevilla, Margarita López, Alisa Cervantes, Adrian Lara, Alina Torres, Carlos Acosta. Kyrie Wade. Alondra Denise Talavera Bonilla. Christian Landeros. Evan Penson. Leonardo Solís Ocampo. Christian Rodriguez. Javier Medina. Rachel Garcia. David Aldaraca. Luis Díaz Sandoval. Lu Hong.
Teron Gray. Joe Smith. Amarion Gatlin. Keon Campbell. Lakeisha Jean Marie. Sebastian Garcia Calvillo. Carter Deckard. Anthony Evangelista. Luis Ortiz. Israel Arviza. Gilbert Galvez III. Aaron Jeter Sandoval. Elijah Hippolyte. Yadira Reina. Stephanie Cardona. Rodolfo Mora. Jesse Williams. Jonathan Cruz.
Anthony Salazar. Dominic Lawrence Avery. Roxana Gutierrez. Brian Quebrado Galván. Carlos Lopez. Jennifer Vázquez Díaz. Manuel Urias. Sebastián Herrera. José Rubalcaba.
Andrew Jauregui. Diego Ferrari. José Camacho. Emiliano Hernández Ramírez. And Gabriel Cortez Servín. Lakaiza Jean Ray.
I would like to now invite our senior class president, Mr. Frank Rojas, and our ASB president, Ms. Taylin Cobb, to come to the podium.
Good afternoon, newly upcoming graduates, teachers, and most importantly, our parents. All the small what ifs in our life, we finally conquered to make it to this very day, May 27th, 2021. There is nothing and nobody holding us back anymore. Our future is now in our hands. Let this be the day that you underestimated those who believed in you, and those who are making it to this day, and you proved to yourself that through everything life threw at you, you were able to prosper through it all. Remember that first impressions are not always correct, so have faith in the people, and most importantly, yourself. And lastly, I would also like to take a moment of silence for our family, friends, and relatives that we lost this past year. If I learned anything this past year, it would be that tomorrow is never promised. So live life for yourself. And if not for yourself, for those who are not able to walk on this stage this day, your journey begins now. And with that being said, class of 2021, may you please rise. I am proud and honored to be your senior president and class of 2021 to signify you as an official graduate. You may now move your tassel from right of your cap to the left of your cap. Congratulations, we did it!
Thank you.